Hi guys, today we're going to review verbs like gustar, as well as introduce our first grammar point in our notes for Unidad 3, Lección 1, which is a review from Spanish 1, the present tense of irregular yo verbs. Nota gramatical está en página 148. ¿Recuerdas? Do you remember this from página 12 as un repaso? So remember that there are other verbs that are formed just like the verb gustar. So we conjugate them similar to me gusta, te gusta, le gusta. We just have a little bit of difference of meaning. So remember, me gusta is literally something is pleasing to me or pleasing to you. So it's that in English we know as I like. So beyond I like, we could be delighted by things. We would use the verb encantar. We could be interested in things. We would use interesar. Things could be important or matter to us or not matter to us. We can put these in the negative as well and say, me importa mucho la salud. Health is very important to me. Or no me importa nada, like, that's not that big of a deal to me. Finalmente, we have quedar. Quedar is what we're using to describe with the clothing vocabulary this chapter to say it fits me well or it fits you well, etc. Down below I have some examples. So we reviewed this in class already. A Marta le encantan las pulseras. Remember, le goes with my subject, Marta, so my pronoun matches my subject. Encantan, our verb is going to be either singular or plural. So it's going to be encanta or encantan, depending on the verb that follows. So I'm saying pulseras, bracelets, are plural, so my verb is plural. La próxima, no te quedan bien estos zapatos. So I'm saying they do not fit you well. So no te quedan estos zapatos. Since it's shoes and it's plural, my verb quedan will be plural as well. Finalmente, nos importa saber tu opinión. So I'm saying it is important to us to know your opinion. Nos represents us. Importa will be singular because I'm talking about one opinion. Opinión es singular. All right, es un repaso. We'll practice that more in class. Ahora vamos a tomar apuntes. So this goes with your notes that I handed you in class. Once again, this is also repaso. We learned present tense irregular yo verbs in Spanish 1, so que suerte. So it's just a review before we move on to more preterite verbs that contain irregularities. We're going to focus on the present tense irregularities. So remember that many Spanish verbs do not follow the pattern of regular verbs in the present tense. This is similar to the verb to be in English. I have to say I am, you are, he or she is. So it changes. It's completely irregular and it doesn't follow a pattern. Some of the present tense verbs are irregular just only in the yo form, so it's nice. We only have to focus on one of the 6 boxes. So they don't end in the normal O we're used to. Down below, I'm going to go over how we conjugate the following in the next few slides. So here's how we're going to conjugate hacer, poner, salir, and traer. If you would please fill out on your charts the conjugations for these. The main thing you need to know is they are a go in the yo. Everything else, we're going to compare it with just the to form in the video today. The rest of it follows the normal pattern we're used to. So we're going to compare the yo and the to. On your notes, if you will please record hacer significa to make or to do. So in the yo form I have hago. The rest of it is going to be regular. So the to form would be haces and so on. Hace, hacemos, haces, and hacen. Poner is to put or to place. The yo form is pongo. And then I have pones. Pause if you need to and fill out the rest of your chart. Salir is to go out or to leave. In the yo form I have salgo. In the to form I have sales. If you will pause and continue the rest of your chart. Traer is the verb to bring. I have try go. Notice this one's a smidge different. I have I go instead of just the regular go that we're used to. So it's the verb yo, it means I. So I have I go. The rest of it will be totally regular. Pause and fill out your chart, and we'll move on to the next verb. Okay, our next categories, these are some of our stem changers. So remember, I have to remember that they're boot verbs. They have some irregularities in that boot shape of the chart. So I have decir, venir, y tener. Once again, these are go verbs. Notice that decir is a stem changer. I do have the stem change happening also in the yo form. So it is an I go verb. So it becomes digo. Dices, dice. The rest of it conjugates regularly. Venir and tener are very similar. Venir is to come, tener is to have. So please pause and fill those charts out. For venir, make sure you have vengo, vienes. Remember, it's an E to IE, so that happens not in the yo form because it's a go verb. That's the one irregularity in that form. Everything that's in that boot shape will have the E to IE change. No change in nosotros and vosotros. Finally, tener, I have tengo and tienes. Once again, very similar to venir. Alright, last but not least, I have some other irregular yo forms. These are not go verbs, but we do have a change only in the yo. Conocer becomes conozco. The rest of it conjugates as normal. Remember, conocer is to know people and places, where saber, the other one on this chart, is for facts and information. Dar and ver, we know those as our rhymers, but they are irregular in the preterite, as we know and learned last semester. They were also irregular in the present tense. So dar was doi and das. And finally, ver in the yo form is veo and ves. Make sure you have those all filled out. Take note of the changes in the yo form. Please complete the Google form after this video. Muchas gracias.